Hey guys, another day has passed, and you know as well as I that that means it's another day for speculating and theorizing about Donkey Kong Bananza. So, what are we doing today? Well, before we do anything, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We are almost to 6,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to get to 6K before Bonanza comes out. Less than 2 weeks. I could not be more excited, but yeah, let's dive into this theory. I'm going to pull up the Reddit post right now, and we will start diving in. Now, this theory comes to us from The Lightning Bolt, Reddit user. I will have their link in the description, as well as a link to the post. I haven't seen this theory circulating around anywhere, and this absolutely intrigued me very, very much. Again, I haven't seen it circulating really anywhere, and this is a 3-month-old post. Not really anyone commented on it, but I couldn't believe that because this is one of my favorite theories, and one of the theories that I think is actually sort of likely. So let's kind of dive in here. They start out with, obviously a lot of people are already theorizing KRool is secretly back in Bonanza, with plenty of Crocodile details as evidence, but I haven't seen anyone else speculate on this one particular detail yet. I'm sure I can't be the first, I just haven't really seen it anywhere else, and I haven't either. Maybe this is just KRool copium, which it 100% could be. But pre-Donkey Kong Country Return / Tropical Freeze, I didn't believe any KRool theories, and yet for Bonanza, I'm actually kind of convinced he will be back for real this time. So this is a game largely about digging and destruction. We've also seen plenty of nods to Rare era stuff. This isn't a Jungle Bee situation where we're ignoring all of that. One of the big cinematic moments we've seen is an entire large area sinking underground. We've also seen the Lagoon Lair, which was shown to be and described as an entire island underneath the ocean. Where else have we seen that? The 100% secret ending of Donkey Kong Country 2, where Crocodile Isle sinks beneath the sea. KRool will be back, and we're going to go to sunken Crocodile Isle. He's been gone so long because he's been trying to get it back. See also Donkey Kong 64, where he made a battleship to replace it with, which was also destroyed. This isn't just a fun and fitting way of reintroducing a long missing character, it also perfectly meshes with the central gameplay concept of digging, smashing, destroying things, and going underground. If we've seen, any of the treehouse stuff, there are a lot of layers, not only metaphorically, but also literally. There are a ton of layers to go and explore in this game. And that's really what makes this feel like the strongest evidence to me. Nintendo has a gameplay first mentality with story taking a backseat. And here the gameplay idea naturally leads into the plot in a very cohesive way. It wouldn't just be bringing back a character for the sake of it. It would be having a game idea that linked naturally to a previous plot element. And Lightning Bolt says, and yeah, there are plenty of other details that have been pointed to repeatedly by other people, like all the crocodile stuff like I've talked about, and the previous Rare era references, and the one monkey having a messed up left eye, a la KRool. I actually am sort of torn between whether KRool will be a complete surprise leader of Voidco, revealed as a shell company of Kremcock Industries, revealed midway through the game, or if we'll actually see KRool himself lurking about. The fossilized Kremling enemies and collecting fossils for outfits almost makes me think that KRool will be a shopkeeper dressed up like Indiana Jones or something, and also pretending that he totally isn't KRool while comically obviously being him. I really like that part. He's theatrical and dresses up in disguises all the time. It would fit him as a character as a shopkeeper who sells costumes. The digging theme and his island being sunken into the earth, into the ocean, gives him an archaeology bent this time around, hence fossils as currency. And eventually, when he's revealed himself as KRool and mastermind of the plot, he'll be replaced by Funky or something in the shop. Could this be entirely off? Absolutely it could be. But Lightning Bolt couldn't help but think that islands sinking under the sea and us digging down to them doesn't just feel like we're heading directly back to the shores of Crocodile Isle. This year is also coincidentally the 30th anniversary of Donkey Kong Country 2, all the way back in 1995, where it happened in the very first place. Could it all just be coincidence? Or is there a lot more to it? And like I said, that post and everything will be in the description, but they make excellent points here. I was talking with my Discord members the other day about how Donkey Kong and Pauline are some of the only characters in Mario Kart World, some of the only main characters, I should say, that only have one other outfit. They have 2 skins total. And I think that is super bizarre. And we were talking, well, I'm sure they're going to get costumes for Bananza because they're the two main characters of Bananza. So it just seems a little too coincidental that those two characters are also the two main characters of Bananza, and they're the only two characters with only one alternate costume. This feels a lot like that. All of it meshing together just feels a little bit too coincidental or intentional to just be coincidence. The entire point, the entire theme and idea behind the story and behind the gameplay of Bananza is exploring, smashing, destroying, and digging. That's the big one. Digging. How else would we get to the sunken Crocodile Isle? Would it just magically resurface? Of course not. Unless KRool himself made an alternate Crocodile Isle, which, you know, he could. Obviously, he made that battleship that we've seen in Donkey Kong 64, so he's definitely capable of it, and he's got the army to back it up. But if we're looking at this as the way that it's supposed to mesh with the gameplay, and as Lightning Bolt said, they put gameplay first and story second. So if they can make the story mesh that well with the gameplay, they would have a lot less heavy lifting to do here. I think this theory is one of my favorite theories that I've seen so far for this game. Not only because it would be an incredible callback to that trilogy of games with Crocodile Isle and everything that happened in that game, but it would also just give it such a nice, solid sense of continuity. Obviously, continuity, schmontinuity when it comes to Donkey Kong Country, right? But hoping for something like that shouldn't be, you know, super crazy. Asking for a nice, solid connection between games, I think, should be something that we should have been getting from the very beginning, but obviously it's not. It's a fun game about monkeys, right? So, I digress. What do you guys think about this theory? I think it makes 100% sense, and I think it could 1000% be true. But obviously, it doesn't matter what I think, because at the end of the day, I'm not making the game. So let's just hope that Nintendo is watching videos like this, that the team behind Odyssey that is also working on Bananza is watching. And if you guys didn't know, yes, it was officially confirmed that it is that division of Nintendo that made Odyssey that is making this game. And a lot of those people are probably in their, 20s, 30s, maybe even early 40s. It is a very young team. A team that would have grown up with Donkey Kong Country, right? A team that would have been a good solid age when Donkey Kong Country came around. So of course, they would want to put references, and they would want to reference things, events, characters that happened in those games. So again, take your copium and let's hope for the best. If KRool isn't in the game, like I've said, that is 100% fine. It is just a lot of fun to theorize. So don't forget, smash the like button, join the Discord, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and take care.